My name is Zoe Clark. I'm Senior Self-Management Programme Officer here at NASS, and I've been working on creating, alongside all of those people that I mentioned at the beginning, this new programme, Your Space, which is part of our supported self-management programme as a whole. Now, when we talk about supported self-management, we're not talking about giving you some information and then leaving you to go and manage your condition on your own. It really is about giving you information about the condition and different tools that you can explore, but having that alongside the personalised advice from your healthcare professionals. So it really is about combining your knowledge and experience of your condition, the extra information we can provide, and then your healthcare professionals' medical expertise. And where that all combines is where we get supported self-management. So we're hoping that Your Space is going to be something that you can add in to this and help you with managing your condition and the impact it has on your life. So with our supported self-management programme, our aim is to help you in those periods between those medical appointments, because that's really what living with Axial SpA means. It's that time between those snippets of times when you get time with your healthcare professional. So the aims of our programme overall really are to empower people with Axial SpA to live well with their condition and connect people with not only their healthcare professionals, but reduce isolation by introducing you to other people with the same condition as well, so that you can share your experiences and your advice with each other. And it's really important to us, and I have Axial SpA myself, so it's of utmost importance that we're co-designing the programme right from the beginning. So we're including people living with the condition and healthcare professionals, and working to make sure that it's as accessible as possible and that it is going to last. We're going to leave that legacy there as well. Now, the supported self-management programme, it involves our regional programme. So this is a series of online sessions that we deliver with local healthcare professionals to their patients. And these all rely on the charitable trust funding that we apply for, and we're really grateful when we receive that. So these are run in very local areas for a limited period of time. Whereas with the national programme, this comprises of My AS, My Life. So these usual Facebook Live sessions that you may have seen before. And also we're now adding in Your Space, which is going to be launching at 10 AM tomorrow. So on to Your Space. Now, before we kicked off the actual development of the programme, we ran a consultation last year with people with Axial SpA and healthcare professionals. And we had people with lots of different backgrounds. We got lots of different views. And between all the different groups and the different meetings that we ran, there was a high level of agreement between everyone, and that helped us just shape the initial look and feel of the programme and to understand what's going to be most useful for people. From here, we developed a steering group to decide more specifically on the topics we'd cover and the content, and that involved over a third of people living with Axial SpA. So as I said, it's really co-designed right from the beginning. And we all decided that the programme should really look at supporting people at the beginning of their Axial SpA journey. So that could be someone who has just received their diagnosis of Axial SpA in the last few months, but that also includes people who may have had their diagnosis for a longer period of time, but maybe struggling, maybe feeling isolated, and maybe doesn't know where to get started with starting to engage with their condition and look at ways that they can manage in between those medical appointments. So although it's helpful for people newly diagnosed, we're hoping that it's also going to be helpful for people at any stage of their Axial SpA journey, even if you've had symptoms and your diagnosis for a long time. So we really are hoping that we're going to bring people together so that we're helping anyone who's feeling isolated, or if you're just generally feeling less motivated or you're not sure where to get started, this should be an initial point when you feel you can really engage with it. Because we do have lots of information on the website, as you can see, we've got a quote there from someone on the helpline, but sometimes that information can be quite overwhelming, particularly at the beginning. So we wanted something that was easier to get started with. So we've made sure that we're looking at content that's really kind of bite-sized, sharp and digestible. We've created short information and lived experience videos that they don't take very long to go through, but you can drop in and out as much as you want to. You don't have to work through them in a specific order or anything. We wanted to make sure that the tone of the videos were engaging, calm and compassionate, particularly if you're struggling. I know that I'd want someone who's calm and compassionate and understanding, and we're hoping that's what is coming through in the videos. And alongside these videos, we've created some downloadable resources. So if you'd like to work through the videos and work through the worksheets to create your own personalized toolkit to help you manage your condition, we've created that for you. Whereas if you'd like to just engage with the videos and then join a meetup, that you can pick and choose what works for you. And this may well change over time as well. And we've included stories from people living with axial SpA because they really are the experts by experience. So I present the information videos and I bring in a little bit of my experience of axial SpA, but we're very grateful to Wendy and Ben who've got involved and who have shared their experiences of axial SpA in the lived experience videos. We really appreciate it. They've spoken really candidly, and I'm hoping it's going to really resonate with people and just help when you are in those initial stages or when you're struggling, just help you not feel quite so alone, because sometimes with this condition, although it's relatively common, we may not know other people with the condition. So hearing from other people who are going through similar things can be really reassuring. And I'll mention a little bit later on that we're going to offer a community with this through the online meetups. So I'll go through that in a bit more detail in a minute. Now, the steering group initially decided that we would cover 3 main topics to begin with. So that's pain, flares, and fatigue. These tend to be the topics that come up most on the helpline and in our regional online sessions as well. So we really wanted to focus on these to begin with. And we are working on acquiring funding to be able to expand this over time as well. So if you have any ideas for topics for future videos and future sections of your SpAce, then please do let us know in the comments, because we'd love to expand that as and when we can. From there, we worked with the steering group to develop the scripts for the videos and then those outlines for the downloadable resources as well. And I'm so proud that even the name is co-produced with people with axial SpA as well. The NASS team brainstormed a number of different names to begin with, and we sent that out to the community through a survey. And thank you everyone who responded to that. We got lots of responses. That was great. But none were quite right for us. And and so we then went to the NASS forum where a member shared a new name that he had come up with, which was Your SpAce. And so we sent that out to the community with the top pick from the initial survey. And then we found that Your SpAce performed really well with the community. So we are really proud that even the name Your SpAce has been presented from the community as well, so from a forum member. Now, the programme is going to be available on our website, completely free to access, and it will be under the About AS section, which you can see at the top here, and in the section New to Axial SpA. So as I said, it's going to be helpful for those people newly diagnosed, but also for those people who are potentially struggling, may have been diagnosed longer, but they're looking for more information and more support. And the videos are really broken down into information videos, which I've covered on the slide here. So that's focusing on pain, flares, and fatigue. And then within each section, we've got 1 to 2 videos from Ben and Wendy where they're sharing their experiences of each of these topics. And I'm going to play you just the beginning, a snippet of the information video from one of the sections. This is from the fatigue section. So I'm not going to play it for very long, just a teaser. You'll have to wait till tomorrow morning to watch the full video, but just to give you an idea of the feel and the look of these videos. And it'll be great to get your feedback in the comments as well. So I'm hoping this is going to play. Before looking at making any changes, it can be helpful to spend some time tracking your energy levels and your activities. Take a look at the activity diary in our Guide to Fatigue. You can track your activities over a 4-week period, recording when you spend time doing a high energy activity, low energy activity, periods of rest and relaxation, as well as sleep. It's easier to look at your activity over a longer period like this. You may start to notice some patterns. It's very easy to get into a boom and bust cycle where you do lots of activity on one day, then you have days afterwards with less energy, needing to rest and recover. It's natural for this to happen occasionally, but if you get into this boom and bust cycle for a longer period, it can gradually deplete your energy stores and reduce your overall fitness. So over time, you're able to do less. It can be difficult to predict your energy levels or recognise if you're in this boom and bust cycle, but the activity diary can help. If you manage your energy levels well overall and pace yourself on the good days, you'll gradually be able to do more. The nature of axial SpA means that your symptoms will fluctuate over time. Sometimes, even when you're doing all the right things to manage your condition, you may still find you feel really fatigued. When this happens, it's really important to remember to be kind to yourself and not feel like somehow you've caused it. Use the self-care techniques we share in this section and our flares section to help as you build your energy back up gradually. Right, so that was just a snippet there, and hopefully it was a good clip as well, because I saw a comment from Claire. Thank you for sharing. For a potential future topic would be mental health and emotional well-being. So we've actually, within each of these sections, we've really incorporated lots of advice on looking after your mental health and your emotional well-being, because we know that, of course, alongside pain, flares and fatigue, this has a huge impact on us mentally as well. So we've tried to really weave that into all the different topics. So we're giving that well-rounded advice, but we'll definitely explore if there's more specific advice and techniques that we can share in something focusing just on mental health as well. Now, I hope you liked that snippet of the information videos, and I'm just going to start showing you a lived experience video next. So Ben and Wendy were very kind, as I said, to share their experiences and speaking really honestly and openly about their experiences. So a huge thank you to you both for doing that. And also huge thanks to Ben, because not only did he share his experience of axial SpA, but he actually worked with us on filming and editing the videos voluntarily as well. So we really appreciate that. And that's really given a lot back to NASS and to the community. So thank you. Now I'm going to share with you Wendy's video about managing her pain. Oh, bear with me one. Here we go. Yes, so I'm going to share with you this video next, and I'm going to play the whole thing because I think it's really worth watching the whole thing to get the full benefit.
When I was younger, it was more peripheral joints, and I still get the peripheral joint pain, but now it has moved to my spine. So there's quite a lot of fusion going on in my neck, my thoracic area, and my lumbar spine. And every day there's something, and every day is different. So you wake up one day and your neck feels really stiff, then you wake up the next day and you've suddenly got a limp because you can't walk because it's in your knee or your hip. So to manage my pain, obviously I'm on a lot of medication. And you sort of play around with your medication a bit, depending on the day, depending on how much pain you're in that day. I do find relaxation's really good. I do meditation. I listen to YouTube guided meditations. They're really helpful. And obviously pain meds, they do help, but it's more about the emotional thing as well, about how you deal with your pain emotionally. Having dogs, they really keep you going, especially when you're feeling rubbish and you've got your dog. They sort of unconditional love, and it's just relaxing when you can stroke them, and when you're up to going for a walk, as she knows, you know that word. You have to take them out, so sometimes it keeps you going. So I find I wouldn't be without my pets. They really do help. Yeah, they're very therapeutic. When you're having a good phase, you just get on with life and you think, oh, this is really good. And then suddenly you're hit with a big flare. In my previous life, I was a beautician. I really loved my job. But unfortunately, sort of over the last 10, 20 years, doing massage and facials and things, obviously it's a lot of using your hands and there's a lot of standing, so I was unable to continue, and I was really sad because I really did enjoy it. So this morning I woke up, I did have a really bad day yesterday, I didn't get dressed, I had a PJ day. So today I got up, and obviously I knew that I was coming to film this, so I put my makeup on, and it's like my war paint, and it's like what I used to do to people when I was a beautician, make them feel good, give them a facial, do their nails, and make people feel good. So when I get up and I know I've got to do something, I put on my war paint and I feel better. And I'm still in the pain and I'm still really stiff and still in pain, but to people, they look at you and they wouldn't know that there was anything wrong. So I think it's really, really good to try and get together with people that that also have AS. And NASS is a really, really good organisation for getting people together, finding you a local branch, putting on great educational sessions. So I really urge anybody, especially if you're newly diagnosed, contact NASS, get in touch with a local group, you know, go on Facebook, join whatever meetings you can. It's really good to talk to other people with AS.
And as I said, thank you again so much to Wendy and Ben for sharing your experiences, because it has been fantastic to be able to share that with people. And I'm so excited to finally be releasing it into the world as well. So do let us know in the comments what you thought of that. Do Wendy's experiences resonate with you? Do you have similar experiences? Please do get involved. Now, as I said, alongside the videos that we've produced, we're also including downloadable resources that you can work through in your own time alongside those information videos to help you kind of develop a personal toolkit to help you manage your condition. So we've covered lots of different things. So things like a symptom diary, somewhere to record the medications that you're taking, how to create a flare toolkit, and then also for those fatigue days as well, somewhere where you can brainstorm some restful activity ideas, so that on those days when you don't have much energy but you want to do something, you've got those restful activities you can go to, which helps you make that decision. And also that task prioritization sheet, so helping you look at your day ahead. Depending on how much energy you have, you can then decide which tasks you want to do and which tasks you're going to prioritize. These are all going to be available to download for free from the website, and you can either download them, print them out and fill them in by hand, or you can also download a version where it's a PDF that you can type in into the boxes and the gaps. You can type in your answers and then save that on your on your device and use that, so you can keep editing that as much as you need to as well. And we really would love to have people getting really involved as well. So all the videos are going to be hosted on YouTube, so you can watch them on the webpage without leaving the NASS website, or you can click through, watch them on YouTube, and then get involved in the comment sections as well. Because we'd love for you to be able to share your experiences. If there's anything that we've missed from the video that you think is helpful for other people, then let us know in the comments and just share your advice with each other. It'd be great if we can create that really supportive community within the video comments themselves. And to build on from that, we're running some monthly free online meetups, which are going to be run through Zoom. And they're very relaxed, really relaxed meetings, and very friendly. And essentially, they're modelled on the regional meetings that we run. So we'll have a little bit of involvement with some polls and some stretch sessions, and include a short presentation depending on the theme of the meeting. But the main focus is really going to be on the group discussions, allowing you to meet other people with Axial SpA, to talk about how it impacts you and ask any questions you may have, share your experiences and advice with each other. Because I know that it's so valuable talking to other people with the condition, where they truly understand what you experience, can be so helpful. And with these regional meetings, we run these for 2 years, and we've had every single session, someone's come up with a new idea or a new technique that we've not heard of before. We've been able to take it into the next session. So I'm sure we're going to be hearing lots of really helpful tips in those meetings as well. And as I said, for the whole programme really, but particularly for the meetups as well, we're encouraging both people who have recently been diagnosed to come and join and get involved, but also for people who are further on in their journey. It can be really helpful to share your experiences with other people as well, and your advice. Some of these regional meetings, we've had people ranging from a 3-month diagnosis right up to 20, 30 years diagnosis, and the conversations they've had have been really beneficial as well. And our first meetup is going to be on the 4th of April, and that is focusing on understanding your axial SpA. So it's quite a general meeting about the condition, but then all the other meetings have different themes as well. So we're looking at things like specific symptoms like pain or fatigue, creating a flare toolkit, talking to others about your condition as well. So we'll be announcing those a few months in advance, so you can take a look at what's coming up and join the one or more than one that most sort of meets what you're looking for. Now, as I said, we're going to be launching tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm almost counting down the minutes now. I'm really excited to launch it and to get everyone's feedback and hopefully see you all enjoying the videos and getting involved as well. As I said at the beginning, then head to the comments if you want to sign up to our e-news. You can sign up to our e-newsletter there and you'll get an email as soon as the programme is live at 10 a.m. tomorrow. You can also follow us across social media because we'll be posting about the launch throughout the day tomorrow as well. And we'll link to Your SpAce, which is on the website. And as I said, getting involved in those video comments, or looking at joining our first meetup, which is on the 4th of April, 6:30 till 7:30. And again, I've popped the link in the video, in the comments on this video as well, in the pinned comment there. And once we are live, if you do find the videos helpful or the web page is helpful, please do share with others. We share across Facebook groups and in the NASS forum as well, if there's anything you find particularly helpful. And hopefully some of the videos will be helpful for you to pass on to friends and family as well, for them to learn more about your condition and the way that it impacts you. So we're hopefully helping to increase the awareness of axial SpA and the understanding for every person with it as well. Now, I've come to the end of the presentation, so I'll stop sharing my slides there. And I'll just get my screen back so I can see the comments as well. So it'd be great to know what you think of the programme from the sneak preview, and if you have any questions for me as well. I can see Louise says, Wendy's story describes me so well. That's really great to hear. And Barry as well said, Wendy's video is great. I'm really glad that it was helpful. And definitely, yeah, even just the filming day with Wendy and Ben was fantastic, because I think anytime you get a group of people together who have axial SpA, you talk about it, you go, oh, I didn't know anyone else felt like that. And it's just really nice to be able to talk to people who really, really understand it. Yeah, and Alexa said, I think the lived experience is always the most powerful way to illustrate how something impacts people. Absolutely. And hopefully for friends and family, if you can share videos from other people explaining how they experience it, that's going to make them more able to understand how you experience it as well. Oh, brilliant, Anya. I'm glad you're excited. So am I. Oh, and another topic suggestion from Louise says, I think looking at menopause alongside dealing with AS, the intensified symptoms, absolutely. Unfortunately, there's not much research out there at the moment on the effects of the menopause on axial SpA, but I think that's something that we could definitely explore, and particularly with the meetups as well, get people together to even just share experiences and advice on how people have coped with that as well, while waiting for the research to catch up. Wonderful. So do pop any questions in the comments. Happy to answer your questions. And yeah, do let me know if there's anything you're most excited about exploring, any particular topics you're interested in. I've got a comment from Lung, who said, I'm newly diagnosed and I've started biologics, but I don't know how I'm meant to feel. So one of our sections is all about flares and kind of identifying a flare up and tracking your symptoms. So that will be really helpful, because it's quite difficult when you start a new treatment to kind of understand whether it's working or not. And particularly with the biologic therapies, normally they take a couple of months to really kick in. Check with your healthcare professional how long you should be expecting to wait before you're feeling the benefit. So in this initial stage, it can be really helpful to track your symptoms over time. And we've got some guidance on doing that in one of the videos on the Flare page, because then you're able to see over time if things are improving or not. Particularly with a new medication, sometimes those improvements can be quite gradual, so it's quite difficult to see if it's helping. So having that where you're tracking them either in a written diary, in an app, whatever works best for you, that's a really good way of being able to look at a longer period of time and being able to compare from when you first started to now. So I'm hoping that was helpful, but always do feel free to get in contact with our helpline as well. We're always around to give that individual advice and have a chat as well. Brilliant. And comment from Barry, very excited for the launch tomorrow. Also good to talk about motivation to exercise, even if I feel it's not working. Absolutely. I think personally, I'm not one of those people that naturally exercises every day. So having a condition that means that I need to exercise each day can be quite difficult to keep that motivation up. So we definitely talk about that a little bit in the videos as well. And we can cover that in a meetup too, sort of how we keep active and keep it interesting and motivating and fun as well. I think a good place to have a look as well is on our YouTube channel. We've created an exercise playlist. So all of the Facebook Lives we've run where we have exercise taster sessions or classes you can join, we've put it all into one playlist. So you may well find an exercise class there that is something new or something enjoyable that you've not tried before. So do have a look there. Wonderful. So we're coming up to past, so I'll start winding things down and finish up. But please do let me know if you have any questions, and I'll keep an eye over the comments as well for people catching up after we've been live and see if there's any other questions and comments there as well. But thank you for getting involved, and yeah, and please do keep those suggestions for future topics coming as well. And just really looking forward to everyone seeing the programme tomorrow as well. Oh yeah, and Louise said, like Wendy, dogs make you get out. I always find a lift in mood and pain. Absolutely, we hear that a lot with pets, and having that unconditional love and that company, it can be so helpful. I know with my cat, when he's not shouting at me for food, it's very relaxing and a good distraction. If I have got a high pain day, he's always there to provide therapeutic cuddles as well. Perfect. So yeah, I can't see any more questions or comments coming in at the moment. As I said, I'll keep an eye over time as they come in. And yeah, so looking forward to tomorrow. Please do let us know what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, zoe@nass.co.uk, and pop into the video comments to sign up to our e-newsletter so that you get a notification as soon as we're live. And you can also find the link to our first meetup there as well. So you can come along and join our meetup on the 4th of April at 6:30 p.m. and chat to other people with Axial SpA. So thanks again for joining us live, and thank you if you're watching on catch up. And another big thank you to everyone who's been involved in creating the programme and getting it to this point, and particularly Ben for filming the videos as well, Ben from Ben and Jack's studio, and Wendy from sharing her experiences as well. I can see from the comments that already they've been helpful for people, so thank you so much. Wonderful, and I'll see you all in a few weeks in our next Facebook Live, when it will be back to business as usual with a HIIT session with Josh Paul. So hopefully you'll all be joining us for a bit of a workout. Take care everyone, and see you next time.